Suresh Raina, just for a moment on Jaspreet Bumrah, because you played a lot of cricket with him, against him. Mumbai Indians is his home ground in a way. What makes Jaspreet Bumrah so special? I mean, I haven't seen a bowler from such a short run-up be able to generate both pace, accuracy and variety. What is it about Jaspreet Bumrah? He seems to be a once-in-a-generation bowler. We talk of once-in-a-generation batsman in a Virat or a Sachin. But here you've got a once-in-a-generation fast bowler in Bumrah. What makes him so special, Suresh bhai?
I think I would say his work ethic, the way he's showed the great character, the way he's been handling the process. And we always talk about Fab 5 in batting. Now we have Fab 5 in bowling also, you can say that. As Bhajupa said earlier, I think this is the best bowling lineup we've ever seen in the Indian cricket team. And you talk about Bumrah. He has a great learner of the game. He knows the situation. The best thing about him, everyone talk about is his swing and pace and Yorker. But the best delivery I have seen when he bowled the slow ball at Ahmedabad against Rijwan, the way he bowled him, I think he always surprised everyone. He is the biggest bluff master when it comes to giving you breakthroughs in between the overs. We have seen that in 2020. We have seen that in test matches. That ball is always accurate. That means he is a chess master. He knows where you taking him, where he wants to take the wicket. He's a astute guy, and his work ethic is amazing. Bhajupa knows more because he played with him at MI, and he is a gun player, great guy to be around, great human being, but he works really hard. So,
Bhajupa, I just heard a great line from Suresh bhai there. Fab 5. We have a Fab 5 bowling attack. Do you get a sense that that is the biggest change in this World Cup, possibly even compared to your 2011 World Cup winning team? Then you had an all-round team, but this level of 5 fast bowlers, all gun bowlers, makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Well, obviously, we wish, in 2007 we had this kind of a bowling lineup, and of course, it makes a huge difference when you have a quality of Bumrah, Shami, Siraj, all of them in form. Not anyone having any niggle or injury. I'm keeping my finger crossed. Everyone picking wickets at right time and putting the pressure on the opponents. It's unbelievable. He talked about the work ethic of not just Bumrah, Shami. People talk about his fitness, etc., his fielding, but what he does with the ball is unbelievable. The kind of swing he generates of the ball is unbelievable. So this is probably the best unit operating together we have seen. Sometimes you have the quality, but you don't operate in unit wise, that one perform, then the second and the third. Everyone comes in. Bumrah does his job, then Shami comes, he does his job, then Siraj comes, he does his job, and when spinners come, they are no less than anyone. So yes, Fab 5. And tournaments are won by the bowlers, not by the batters, Rajdeep. I am a firm believer in that. You talk about that 83. Who won the tournament for India? It is a bowler. It is a bowler. That short kind of a total, who defended that? It's our bowler. So, even that 2011, we spoke about great MS Dhoni's 90 and Gautam Gambhir's 90, but not to forget, on that wicket, I think India bowled pretty well, and we restricted them to very reasonable kind of a score at 1 KD, which is a high-scoring pitch.
Zahir Khan's opening spell, outstanding.
Yeah, outstanding. Yeah. So tournaments are won by the bowlers. Yes, batsmen does their work, which they have to, but bowlers are in supreme form. So I am a huge fan of Shami, Bumrah, rocking.
Okay, well, Harbhajan is going to leave us in a little while, but I think you've spoken like a good champion bowler that you were. Julian, is that something, as Harbhajan, Suresh, Raina and Nikhil are speaking about India's bowling attack, is that really out of these aces that are put in the pack? We expected Rohit, in a way, to give us the fast starts. The middle order has always delivered for India in recent times, particularly with Virat there, but it's the bowling, which has stunned all of us. Is that how you also see it from a global perspective? India probably has the best bowling attack in this World Cup, and we can't say that in too many World Cups in the past, if ever.
That's very true. It's the balance of the attack. You've got 3 outstanding fast bowlers, all of whom are subtly different in their respective styles, and all of whom are incredibly effective. I mean, I was here at Wankhede for the Sri Lanka match, and it was just a stunning performance to witness what they did with those two new balls in that match, and it was breathtaking. So yes, clearly the bowling so far has been the major difference, given that the batting was more of a known quantity in that sense in one-day terms.
The batting a known quantity, but Nikhil, Virat Kohli, he seems to be like good wine getting better with age. He just runs harder between the wickets. He seems to be more driven, passionate about winning a second world title. He could become the first Indian to do that along with R. Ashwin. You get a sense that Virat also believes his moment has come. 12 years ago at the Wankhede, he said that he wanted to take Sachin's burden on his shoulders. He's really done that in this World Cup.
Well, he's been outstanding. I mean, it's reached a stage, Rajdeep, you know, we had that lull. We did plenty of discussions when he was going through a bit of a rough patch. Imagine it's just taken us a few months where we've reached a stage. Every time he goes out to bat, if he does not get 100, you're disappointed. So effectively, every time he's going out to bat, you're expecting 100 out of Virat Kohli. That's how good he's been. You spoke about his fitness has been outstanding. The only ground where I saw him go down as his honchos, where he was, you know, puffing and panting, was the Wankhede. The only ground where it was hot, humid, where he found it slightly tough to be running those singles and doubles, and we've seen it in the past, you know, players cramping up. So that's another ground where if you want a player to be fit and not get cramped up, I think Virat Kohli would be your best bet going into this game as well. But there's one other ace, you know, when I was looking at your 5 aces, Rajdeep, the one other ace of this Indian team that's been very underrated in this tournament has been India's fielding. They've been outstanding across, barring the last game where you saw just some glimpses of not great fielding. And now they have this culture, you know, they have got this culture going of celebrating the best fielder after every game. And those visuals go viral after every game. And every game, they've got a different winner, which tells you they have such outstanding fielders all around. I have one sitting next to me in Suresh Raina. But when these guys used to play, I knew I had to look out for a Suresh Raina or maybe a Mohammad Kaif or a Yuvraj Singh. You could just pick 2, 3 of them. Now you've got an outstanding fielding side. Even someone like KL Rahul, who was a makeshift wicketkeeper, has been outstanding behind the stumps. No one's talking about his wicket-keeping because that's how good he's been with the bat. But outstanding fielding effort for India has been one of those contributing factors for why they've done this well in this tournament.
You know, great point, Nikhil. And I think, Bharat Sundaresan, I think Nikhil makes a great point. We talk about our bowling, which has been terrific, our batting, which has proven itself yet again. But fielding, again, when was the last time we could say an Indian side has probably been the best fielding side in the World Cup? New Zealand will give us a run for our money surely in the field. But is that one of the big changes, the sheer athleticism that so many of our team members seem to have, barring a couple of them, each one of them seems to be really ready in the field to take all those critical catches. That's the transformation, isn't it, Bharat, that's taken place in Indian cricket?
Oh, very much so. It almost feels like everybody wants every ball to come to them. And I think that's been a big change as well. It comes from the professionalism around Indian cricket. And I guess also the outfields that a lot of kids playing in this team have grown up on as compared to what Suresh and Harbhajan had when they were coming through the ranks. I think that's changed everything as well. And then you talk about the IPL and all of that. But you're right, in a tournament where a lot of catches have been dropped. I mean, there are some venues like Dharamsala, for example. Everybody dropped catches. Yes, Jadeja dropped one there as well. But India's fielding, like we said, has been in the highlights reel over and over again. I mean, some of the best catches taken in the tournament are Indian. And it's not just in the outfield, right? Rajdeep, even KL Rahul behind the stumps has been sensational. He took that catch diving way to his left early on in the tournament. He's got one stumping as well. And his role has been crucial behind the stumps. Sort of like Rahul Dravid in that 2003 World Cup, Harbhajan was there, where, in the lead up, I think 18 months or so into it, Rahul Dravid started keeping wickets for the balance of the side, and it worked out. But I mean, KL Rahul's keeping has just gone to a next level alongside his batting. So there are literally no holes in this Indian side, which is kind of scary when you think about it. And, when you talk Indian cricket from a global sense, there's always a little bit of cynicism attached with Indian success, right? oh, they doctor the pitches, oh, they make sure they play in certain venues and certain grounds against certain opposition. I think what this bowling attack and the fielding display has done is they've really taken the pitch out of the equation. That's just how good they have been, which is why I don't think anyone around world cricket can point fingers at this Indian team and say anything was in their favor. I mean, they have traveled to 9 different venues compared to every other team. So there's really no cloud over what they've done leading into the semi-final.
You know, Suresh, Raina, we mentioned briefly Rahul Dravid there, and I didn't mention him as an ace, and maybe we should, along with the fielding. Rahul Dravid and his backroom staff seem unusually calm. Rahul Dravid has always been known to exude a certain calmness and an authority, and that is coming into the team. You give us a sense. You played with Rahul. Is he someone you think who's getting the best out of players? That's also what is making a big difference. When you've got a coach who's done it all, it makes a huge difference again, Suresh Bhai.
Absolutely. The way Nikhil Bhai said about KL Rahul, wicketkeeper, I think is brushing on the shoulder. I think Rahul Bhai has done it for almost 100 games when he played the World Cup in 2003. And I have seen on BCCI TV the way he's been working hard with KL Rahul is keeping, I saw the tire when he was spinning, and KL Rahul knows how to interact because the local boy, and Rahul Bhai brings a lot of discipline. He brings a lot of question and answer, and he is the calmest guy, as you said. So I think he's a great ambassador of the game. That's what I said to earlier Nikhil Bhai. Won the World Cup for Team India, won the World Cup for every fans, but not to forget Rahul Dravid. I think we need to win the World Cup for Rahul Dravid also. I think he has done so much hard work for us in past, and I've seen in the way he's been scored a lot of runs here and there, and every time we have a difficulty, he'll stand up, he'll say, I'll do the job for Team India. I think we have done it for Gary Christian 2011. We have done it for every fans. I want Rahul Dravid to also feel the same way because he has done tons of runs for us. He took brilliant catches, and he was a very, very successful captain when he was with the Indian team and one day as well as for the test matches. As you said about the creating the culture, because as Nikhil Bhai said, even Bharat also mentioned, the creativity brings Dilip, the fielding coach. We have seen Jonty Rhodes, we have seen Robin Singh, now we have seen Dilip. I think he brings that man of the match, the medal, that brings, they are not excited about the ICC man of the match. They are excited about that medal. I have seen the Jadeja, whenever he's taking the catch, he was putting that hand, I want to have that medal. I saw the Surya effort yesterday, the day before, in Bangalore, because Bharat also mentioned very nice thing, because the grounds looked very tricky. We have seen that in Dharamshala. Every ground looks very, very wet because of the month we are playing the World Cup. But full 100 marks to Dilip, fielding coach, as well as Rahul Dravid.